first review of the new year! Yay! You just... yeah, this isn't gonna... Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, this review has nothing to do with New Year's. This review has to do with Satan. Son. Satan's son. Welcome to Devil Month!
Control.
Today's movie is an Adam Sandler flick.
Today, Junior?
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Oh, how I wish it were those. No.
Little Nicky.
Never doubt my skill.
Back in 2000, when this was released, I vaguely remember seeing the trailer and thinking, so what, is he like a demented retard? Is this some cross between The Omen and Forrest Gump? As years passed, I learned that he was the son of the devil, but I still didn't know why he was on Earth. I thought it was another Billy Madison where he had to prove to his dad that he could take his place as Satan. Turns out Satan has 3 sons, Cassius, Adrian, and Nicky. Adrian and Cassius escape onto Earth, which causes Satan to become ill. In order to save his father, Nicky must bring both of his brothers back to hell. That was a really weird sentence. For some reason, even though I absolutely adore Adam Sandler, I hadn't seen this movie until it was requested by a friend for me to review it. I mean, I haven't seen all of his movies yet. Before I begin this review, I would like to just clarify that I actually kind of like this movie. I mean, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. A friend of mine requested that I review it, telling me how awful it is, and well, yeah, okay, it's lame, yes, it's stupid, yeah, but do I honestly believe it's among the likes of other things that I've reviewed? No, not at all. Do I even believe it's worse than Don't Mess with Zohan?
You like to insult people?
Was that your feet?
Yes, it's the feet uppercut. Smell it, smell it, smell it, now take it. That's for you.
Absolutely not. So why am I reviewing this movie, you ask? Because I had some things that I wanted to say, as well as some things that I wanted to point out. It may not be terrible, but that doesn't mean it's safe from being made fun of by yours truly. Let's start this fire, shall we? The opening credits begin, and what a surprise! A movie about the devil's son begins with fire and rock music. You know, 'cause rock music is Satan's music. Oh, and another shocking revelation. An Adam Sandler movie produced by Happy Madison Productions. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm not surprised. Once the opening credits, which resembles my indigestion should I not take my medication, finally ends, we see a mother and her son coming home from a very long day. Ah, suburban life. What's that like? The mother goes up to her room to change when we're introduced to John Lovitz playing a peeping Tom, with a picnic basket, some wine, and a phone all in the tree with him. Now that's a classy pervert. Why do all women in films insist on changing in front of an open window?
I wish you would let me rub those feet. Of course, I wouldn't use my hands.
I don't want to know.
Oh.
He's right in front of you! Notice him! Well, the son comes in and interrupts John's free show, so John decides to call them, somehow foreseeing that the kid would answer. Mom spots him in the tree and reacts rather nonchalant about the ordeal.
Oh my God, Scotty. Is that a man up our tree?
John tries to pretend he's a bird. Of course. Who hasn't seen a giant bird wearing a suit and tie accompanied by a picnic basket and some wine sitting in a tree? Nice. The kid's probably only 10 and already he's murdered someone. And people say the Bronx is bad? Of course, John ends up in hell, where he's then raped by a giant horny crow. Why is there a giant horny crow in hell? Has he always been there? Then we meet Nicky, whom is jamming out in his room when a demon named Jimmy comes to tell him.
Yeah, Father wants to see you and your brothers down in the throne room.
Nicky presumes that his father is retiring and predicts he will no doubt lose to either Adrian or Cassius. We learn that
Cassius hit me in the face with a shovel.
And this is why Nicky's mouth is crooked and his jaw is basically unhinged. But they don't have a surgeon in hell? Oh, come on! I'm sure there were a couple Nazi ones that could fix Nicky up real quick. But no, that wouldn't be funny because Sandler is Jewish. They also use this to explain why he has a speech impediment. Upon meeting his brothers, we discover that really, they're just a bunch of bullies.
Then I guess I can't make you do this.
Okay, mercy, you win. I give. Game over.
Satan sits his sons down and informs them that he has decided
the ruler for the next 10,000 years is going to have to be me.
Which begs to question, why was this even brought up in the first place? They're dismissed and we get I'm sorry, the sick bastard deserves more than just this on a daily basis, but it's still quite satisfying. Can we watch that again? It makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. I think I might cry. Cassius and Adrian arrange bigger plans on Earth while Satan talks to Dan Marino.
You did it for Namath.
Yeah, but Joe was coming here anyways.
This sucks.
Wow. Enter
Last time you said everything was fine, the Renaissance
Bernie
happened.
Dangerfield? No! Come on, man. Ugh. That's almost as bad as George Carlin lending his voice to a really crappy Disney sequel.
Sugar in training?
No.
Use that vine thing of yours to round up some breakfast.
Well, Cassius and Adrian get past Hell's Gatekeeper.
You really suck!
He in turn has the unfortunate duty to tell Satan, who then rationally decides to place tits on the Gatekeeper's head.
Are there boobs on my head?
Yeah, big ones.
Yep. Tits. our Satan here has been ruling for 10,000 years, and yet his form of punishment is something a 10-year-old boy would probably do. I mean, how else are they supposed to get bare tits in this film?
Open up your eyes. What are these things you're moving toward? Head so full of wonder, worries in the past. Could it be that you are free at last? No!
Yeah. No, that was much more funny. For some reason, due to Cassius and Adrian leaving hell, the gate has frozen up and no souls can enter, and Satan will deteriorate. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. They examine the mess and realize Nicky has to be the one to retrieve his brothers. Jimmy can't do it because he's a demon and logically he wouldn't do well on Earth. I mean, really. Most can barely handle someone who is gay or simply has a different viewpoint than them. Do you honestly think this guy would last 5 seconds on Earth?
Nicky, are you a soul, or are you the spawn of Satan?
I don't think so. By the way, if you find yourself wondering, who is this Jimmy the Demon? I recognize that voice, like I was. Well, it's because he once was the father of Sean in the 1990s TV show Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Yes, who?
Yes, Don Francisco.
Oh. Topanga.
Oh, yeah, Topanga.
What's a Topanga?
You know what's sick, everyone? We have been in a relationship for 17 years, and do you know what I've gotten in all that time? Let me touch something!
We'll save that for another time. Oh, and the actor also took Jim Varney's role as Slinky the dog in Toy Story 3, because Jim Varney passed away. Amidst all this, Satan has already begun to deteriorate.
Let me, sir.
Gross!
I concur. Nicky's given 1 week to find his brothers and a silver flask to trap them in. I have a couple of points I'd like to make. 1. His brothers are professional bullies when it comes to him. Come on. Cassius took a shovel to Nicky's face just for the hell of it. Excuse the pun. And yet, he's supposed to outwit his brothers and get them into a flask? 2. There are quite literally billions of people on Earth. And millions of places they could be. Yet he's supposed to find them in a week? 3. Why is it Satan will deteriorate should his children leave hell? I mean, hasn't he existed for thousands of years? I would imagine he hasn't always had children. How did he get by before they existed? Why does the gate freeze in their absence? This particular question coincides with my question of why does their absence affect Satan's health? Assuming they haven't always existed, then how did it not freeze up before? Was it just passed on from one child to another? I doubt hell works like DNA does. If so, why does the devil even have children? God created Jesus to spread the word of his presence to humans. Why wouldn't Satan do the same? Wouldn't he want to compete with God? Wouldn't he already want to do what Cassius and Adrian planned to do?
We could create our own hell there.
You saying we can go up there and kill everyone?
Eventually, Cassius, but first we'd have to corrupt as many souls as we can so that when we do destroy them,
their damn souls will be ours.
If he doesn't, and he wants to let people make their own decisions so not to affect the balance between good and evil, then maybe he's not such a bad guy after all. The only sense I can make out of this is that the purpose of the gate freezing is to serve as a really annoying plot device for this movie. Satan and hell are sugar-coated because this is an Adam Sandler movie, And this was before Punch Drunk Love or any other of his more serious roles. His movies were fairly light-hearted. Everything had to be fluffed. Even if it did have bad language, dirty jokes, or bare tits, it still had to be fluffed. Furthermore, if the absence of his two eldest sons is already taking a toll on him, how is he going to survive a week? Shouldn't it be like 48 hours? Disney accomplishes a lot in their movies in a span of 2 days. Nicky arrives in New York City, distracted, he's hit by a train, and is sent back to Earth again, where he's greeted by a talking dog.
I'm Nicky. That's terrific. Now get off the track and come with me.
Haven't seen this before in New York.
I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have...
Frank!
Is New York just littered with talking pugs or something? The dog tells him that his brothers are in New York City. How nice of the portal to take Nicky right to his brother's location. Apparently, his brothers can possess anyone, which only proves my point earlier. 2. There are quite literally billions of people on Earth. And millions of places they could be. Yet he's supposed to find them in a week? Once they leave Grand Central Station, we're introduced to a blind man preaching about God.
You make the Lord very nervous. Fire is burning me alive!
That was pretty funny, actually. Nicky's body doesn't adapt to the change of climate, so Beefy, yep, that's the dog's name, takes him to get some warm clothes and food. Sitting on a park bench, we see Beefy teach Nicky how to eat.
Put it in your mouth. Now move your teeth up and down. Now you gotta swallow it. Tilt your head back and let the meat slide down your throat hole.
Evidently, they don't eat in hell.
Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
Haven't had it, but I'm pretty sure that it's still not better than KFC. Well, being the moron that he is, he decides to take charge, where he's then hit by a bus. In hell, we come across the gatekeeper who's getting felt up, or down, sideways, by a gorilla. Again, what's with the random animals? I'm surprised I haven't seen Siegfried and Roy's tiger. That hadn't happened yet. Oh, right.
You think I'm worthless. You think I'm a stumblebum who ain't never gonna amount to anything. Well, old woman, you are wrong.
Ah, aspiring actors.
Where are you from, the South?
Yes, the deep South.
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
It should be. It would be if he fucking knew who Nicky was.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, that's fucking funny.
Jesus this, Moses that, Abraham hit me with a wiffle ball bat.
Yes, the church is a perfect place to spread the word of Satan. And no one is noticing the pizza he's standing on?
How about you, Mayor? Has the Lord ever done anything for you?
Well, you know, I wished I could think of something.
Or the mayor's feet?
Let the sin begin!
Okay. That was way too easy. I mean, I know I'm not the church-going type, but I personally don't think that they can be that easily swayed to the dark side. Most of them are stuck way deep into their ways that it would take years, not minutes, to break them. Meanwhile, Nicky and Beefy try to find Cassius and Adrian. Nicky's eaten by a polar bear, and again falls back into hell.
Jerry's so hairy.
You know something? I don't think he's a very effective gatekeeper.
I will eat your heart.
As Nicky sleeps, some guy steals his belongings, and some rather nice Satanists wake him so Nicky can get his flask back.
Did you check out the dragon mouth?
Our prince is here.
Oh, you going all crazy-eyed on me. I'll show you some crazy-eyed. Look at this. Come on, let's get busy.
Dude, the old guy's just annoying me. This is where we meet our movie love interest, played by Patricia Arquette. Yes, that's right, David Arquette's sister. They go and get ice cream, and we run into the blind dude again.
We are all gonna die!
We're already dead.
These town meeting is contacts. Say, Mr. Beefy, say it.
'Cause I so wanted to see the dog fucking. Never gonna get that image out of my head. Thank you, movie. Yeah, in New York City, I don't think that'd be my initial reaction. Back in hell, Satan has been turned into an amputee. Rodney makes jokes.
Take it easy, will you? In fact, you look like my first wife. Only she had more hair.
By the way, he's in hell because he's playing Lucifer, Satan's father. Confusing. Very.
Mayor Randolph has effective immediately lowered the legal drinking age from 21 to 10.
Don't you have to put that through Congress? And wouldn't that take months? Sweetheart, your coat shouldn't even be worn by a drag queen. Just saying. While Adrian looks on, Valerie and Nicky show up. Adrian taps into his mind and forces him to be petty and childish towards Valerie, but not before Adrian has the chance to make Nicky flip her off. Ooh, how evil.
Eva.
Adrian forces Nicky to walk into the street, thus Nicky is hit by a semi. While the polite Satanists stand nearby, only to become soaked in Nicky's blood. Why are they even in this movie? Back at the apartment, Nicky and Beefy watch some television.
Up behind this guy and I started bashing his brains in with this bat. Did you ever see The Untouchables? I was De Niro.
He only wishes he could do that.
To replace the long-standing I Love New York slogan, I Love Hookers will now be the city's catchphrase.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome. I want that shirt.
Your brothers are upsetting the balance between good and evil.
How is changing the city's slogan evil?
Eva.
That's more like a high school prank. Beefy explains to Nicky that he has evil inside of him. He just needs to unleash it in order to stop his brothers. Beefy mocks Nicky's niceness, and I honestly didn't think that the dog's voice could get any more annoying.
But those are my roommates, so...
I was wrong.
There it is. You got it in you.
But Coca-Cola is already evil.
Eva.
The roommate comes in and takes the soda back.
This Coke tastes like Pepsi.
My love! Give it to me! The roommate leaves the room, and once again, Beefy mocks Nicky. Nicky becomes angry by the thought of his father dying that he ends up blowing out his roommate's TV.
I'm freaked out. My television just blew up.
You're damn right it did.
So the roommate watches a basketball game in the living room. And it turns out Nicky's brother Cassius has possessed the referee, sabotaging a Globetrotters game. Whoa! How?
Eva.
I wonder if he managed to possess all the Cardinals, causing them to play badly for so many years. Sorry. No, I'm not. Nicky makes it to the stadium in a minute flat. What? Nicky trades places with a guy who's supposed to take the halftime shot.
What made you want to come and see the Globetrotters today, son?
I came for the beer and the bitches.
I'm sorry, but that is awesome. The polite Satanists are in the audience. Seriously, why are these guys even in the movie? So far, they've done nothing.
What's Nicky doing there?
The correct question would be, how did he get there that quickly?
Trying to capture his brother in a flask and preserve the balance of good and evil on Earth.
Did you just talk?
No.
Nicky challenges Cassius and fools him into thinking that the flask contains some amazing elixir. Cassius takes it and drinks from it, only to get sucked into the flask with everyone looking on.
Now that was some straight-up David Copperfield shit.
Nah. That's not strange, even by New York standards. Totally normal. Nicky and the polite Satanists go back to the apartment where Nicky tells his roommate everything, and his roommate is totally fine with it. And then they all get high.
I used to get this.
And suddenly they aren't high.
And she needed that.
Now by she, do you mean he?
No.
Busted!
And the Satanists go to an Ozzy Osbourne show. Beefy falls asleep.
That is the most horrifying thing I have ever seen.
What about this?
Oh my God!
Nicky decides to find Valerie to tell her the truth, and he does so by following her scent.
Good luck with the nipple rubbing.
I don't need luck. I'm good.
Wow. Okay. So he tells her the truth, and she believes him.
Believe in the butterfly!
Wait, okay, I believe.
And I believe you're a gullible moron. They fly into the night, and we see the blind guy again.
The Hell Beast is above us, and I can smell an evil slut.
Okay, now he's starting to bug me just a pinch.
He is, in fact, a mass murderer who brings this man to me.
It's a setup.
Nicky's wandering the street, love-struck.
That looks like it tastes great.
Wow. Need a room much? Some people recognize Nicky from the news and try to chase him down, but he makes it back to the apartment by transforming into a legion of spiders.
A legion of spiders!
I've always wanted to do that.
I'll ask him, kill me!
Are you serious?
Yes! Just hurt a lot. Still alive, though.
I've always wanted to kill someone.
Damn you, Kevin Spacey! You take all my parts!
Wow, you've got some issues. Yeah. Nicky makes it to hell, doesn't get any counseling from his dad, which means that the whole thing was completely pointless. The Satanists go to the police. Hey! The police chief has whores! The Satanists bring the police chief and crew to the Grand Central Station, where they find the roommate and Beefy. Adrian reveals himself in one of the most grotesque ways possible. Eventually, the room is hot enough to make one of the Satans sweat, but not enough to melt Adrian's candy bar. That's convenient. Needless to say, we're only at 56 minutes, so Adrian figures out that Nicky is trying to trick him. Naturally,
You know, new hell really only needs one new Satan. Kick his ass, Nicky. Sleep, you got it.
that's awfully nice of him. He could have killed him right then and there. This just verifies to me that he's not evil. He's just retarded. Beefy escapes. Adrian takes Valerie hostage to ensure that Nicky drinks from the flask. Beefy shoots an arrow from his... What? Never mind, I don't even want to go there. Valerie and Adrian fall into the tracks. Nicky goes to save Valerie. Both Adrian and Nicky get hit by the train. Because Nicky saved Valerie, he ends up in heaven, where he meets some lovely ladies and Reese Witherspoon! I love you!
My mother wasn't a goat.
Try an angel. I'm your mom.
Are angels even allowed to have sex?
Mambo.
I don't think so.
It's all in the hit.
Chubbs! What the fuck? Adrian tries to get information that he needs. He ends up giving the gatekeeper a titty twister. And the gatekeeper spills. Seriously, the dude needs to be punished and not with another set of tits. He's a terrible gatekeeper.
As the founder of hell, I command you to stay off that throne. Hey!
Hey! That is not a nice way to treat your elderly, nor a nice way to treat a comedic legend. You know, Adrian kind of looks like a really young Rod Stewart.
Really?
Eva! That's why you came to heaven instead of hell. Self-sacrifice automatically gets you here.
I heard most serial killers, mass murderers, or dictators ever hear that. Adrian ascends onto Earth.
My underwear's so far up my house I could taste it.
I hear that.
Dogs don't wear underwear.
Soon you will see things more horrible than you could even imagine.
Justin Bieber live in concert for all eternity?
Henry Winkler. Good evening. Covered in bees.
Aww. Why'd you take this part?
God's so smart, like Jeopardy smart.
Shaw, for sure. Aw, bunnies!
Popeye's chicken is the shiznit!
Leave this to me. Let's see what you've got.
Ooh, ultimate battle. So the dorky battle ensues. Not the squirrel! Aw, midget love. They continue to battle in a pillow fight. Gay.
Oh my god, yes!
They both end up in the flask.
You can do it, Nicky!
Rob Schneider out pops what appears to be Nicky. Instead, it's Adrian. He turns into a bat, flies around, and Valerie picks up the flask, trying to talk Nicky out of the flask. Nicky appears, pulls out the magic ball of light, drops it, and Ozzy fucking Osbourne? Wait. The self-proclaimed Prince of Darkness is on the side of good?
I'm fucking Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of fucking Darkness. Evil, fucking evil. I've had to follow the fucking bubble.
That is a hysterical contradiction. Ozzy further perpetuates the biting the head off of a bat thing by, well, biting the head off of a bat, and then spitting it out into the flask. In order to end up back in hell, Nicky must do something bad. So he has bees attack Henry. This bugs me because he ended up in heaven for sacrificing his life to save Valerie. So, logically, in order to end up back in hell, shouldn't he have to kill someone?
Here, kill him with this.
It doesn't even sound like Ozzy.
Okay, kids, enjoy your new home.
After the whole thing is sorted out, Nicky goes back to Earth, where he and Valerie get together and have a baby. Oh. there wasn't a pilot, how did they get it off the ground? Well, that's been Little Nicky. And apart from its flaws, it wasn't the worst film of all time. It was just kind of lame and, well, pretty stupid. There's only one more review for Devil Month, as well as for the month of January. So, see you next week. Bye.